Hey, what is up guys? It's your boy Speed here, and today we're going to be actually looking at one of my favorite heroes in Dota right now, and that is Silencer. This hero received one of the most notable buffs, being 100 flat damage on Arcane Curse and 1 base armor in the recent patch, making this hero a way better trader in lane and overall just early game skirmisher. So we're going to be watching Taiga, one of the better players in the world, playing Silencer, and he goes for a really cool item build I want to show you guys. He actually pops off this game at 17-6 and 31 to end off the match, but he goes for a pretty heavy stats build, right? Bassy, Crown, Raindrop stats. The goal of Silencer is to stay alive and cast your Q. If you go any other build besides like this vibe, you're bad. From there he buys a Veil, after Veil he goes Treads, after Treads Force Staff into Pike, Pike into BKB as the game is ending. So yeah, pretty cool. He doesn't go with Shard this game, which I thought he would have with this. Oh wait, no he does. Oh, maybe he buys it from Roche, or gets it from Roche. But the Shard on Silencer is really cool too. So every 4 attacks from Glaives, you silence the enemy for 1.75 seconds, which is pretty cool. And it increases the int you steal per attack by 2 and per kill to 4. So as you get kills throughout the game, your hero just stacks up hella int. And every single time you hit, you steal 5 int at max level, which is a ton of int. That is so much. Right? Heroes do not have that much int later on into the game. So if you hit someone 5 times, you're probably stealing what, 25% of their int, 30% of their int? It's pretty crazy stuff, maybe even more. And quickly, I wanted to briefly let you guys know that the Game Leap website is currently 50% off if you use the code POG50 at checkout. I'm telling you this because number 1, I think it's a good deal, and number 2, I'm making a lot of top tier content over there, live game analysis, replay analysis. I'm going to be uploading some coaching sessions eventually, very soon. So I have a lot of things that I think you guys should go check out. So if you're interested in more content like you get here on YouTube and stuff that's really going to help you get to the next level, I'd appreciate it if you could use the code POG50 and get your 50% off, sign up to the website, and I'll see you there. Getting into the lane, I don't know why he has no items. I'm going to assume that's a mistake. He probably just forgot to buy items, but this is his item build, branches, and a ton of mana regen with stats. From there, typically what you're gonna do is take your W and just hit people because it doesn't pull creep aggro. So essentially it's pure damage, doesn't pull creep aggro. It's like one of the best trading abilities in the game. Just eat your tangos and then hit the position 4 if they're a threat, or position 5 in this case, and hit the carry if the position 5 isn't doing anything. As actually, is he dead? He's not dead. That was bad though. And what's cool about Silencer is you're one of the only heroes in the game that is actually really good at diving towers early on, like pre-minute 3. So you're gonna see here, because of the fact that Glaives don't pull aggro, he can hit the Wraith King and chip him down without pulling tower aggro, which enables them to get first blood. So really nice play, pick up the first blood. He's gonna go down here, but honestly, that's a really good trade. Full mana pool, does fall, but who cares? And yeah, they make a nice play. So this early game is a little bit weird, and I'm not gonna focus mainly on the early game as it's pretty straightforward. Like, use your Q anytime you're committing for a kill or they're committing on your teammate, because if you don't understand how the Q works, it does damage when you cast it. Over time it does damage, and if the enemy casts a spell when affected by it, the duration lasts an extra 2 seconds per spell. So essentially it's really good against heroes that cast a lot of spells. Not really great in this context, but it is still pretty high damage overall, as he absolutely chunks. The damage with this tombstone and the Q ticking with this Glaives is ridiculous, as he picks up a nice double, gaining himself 6 permanent int total here. And funny enough, Taiga's actually getting really active around the map. This is not what I would have expected from Silencer. I would have expected him to sit top and try to bully the lane over and over again with Glaives, as he actually takes the second point in Glaives, funny enough. I would say it's generally better to take the first point in Last Word. It's a very strong value point at 120 base damage with an int multiplier of 1. So honestly, I'm very surprised that he didn't take it. It's a 160 damage nuke for only 100 mana and a silence. I really think it is the better point than the Glaives, but either way, he goes for this. Let's not focus on it. But yeah, he's roaming pretty hard just because you do a lot of damage. Like, you can see it's easily the difference here in killing the Leshrac. It's a really nice kill, as it also keeps the Pengo alive due to the fact that he's here. So it's a clean dive, and they pick up the Shaker as well. So really nice play. From there, he's going to hit level 5, and with his Bassy and Wand, he actually has the mana to continue on to the bot side of the map and look for the Brood kill, and that's exactly what they do. as now your Q is a stupid ability. At this point in the game, I think it does like 250 damage flat, on top of the fact that it's a slow and does more damage if they cast spells. So this ability gets pretty crazy as he hits it onto the Brood here and chases him down with some glaives. Alright, so now he's got the Veil and he's going to do big damage. On top of that, keep in mind when the enemy is silenced, your Q does bonus damage. So basically, don't be afraid to global to secure kills, especially if they're affected by your Arcane Curse. And yeah, the key to this hero is the fact that you don't really have much of a cooldown, right? I mean, yeah, you have global silence, but you're not really casting it that much. You might if you're specifically trying to kill a hero like Puck or Quap, and that's a really good option. But for the most part, it's a defensive spell. He got a great usage of it there onto the Lesh. The Lesh was going to go for a stun, isn't able to connect, and that's going to allow them to chase as Lesh completely wastes his initial initiation. He gets a really nice 2-man Q as well here. Make sure every time you cast Arcane Curse, you're actually using it on multiple heroes to the best of your ability. It has a really big AoE. Don't hit only one person with it. That's pretty sad. And yeah, these long drawn out fights just really favor Silencer. You know, unfortunately he does completely miss his Q there. Trying to hit multiple people with it, funny enough. But these long drawn out fights are key. And the fact that he has Windlace and Raindrops and Wand. Did I say Raindrops twice? I might have. Either way, the point is that he's able to get off more and more rounds of spells as he barely connects his Q onto the Primal there. But, you know, that can make the difference, and that should be your goal. Always get off as many spells as you can. Don't panic die and knock it off your Q. Funny enough, one thing you can do as Silencer as a support is farm. Yeah, you heard me right. Your hero farms. It's also really good at roshing, funny enough. Like, I didn't realize glaives are just good against Roche. Like, it's not the main reason why they Roche here. Don't get me wrong. You're not going to solo Roche or anything like that, but you do good damage to Roche. Trust me on that. It's pretty solid. So this game in particular, he actually skips his level 10 talent. Usually you're going to see Arcane Curse damage. Maybe he'll take attack speed because he's snowballing. That is an option. But typically you're going to see your Arcane Curse, especially if you're not 7, 4, and 13. You're probably not going to have the gold to justify an early attack speed talent or skipping your talent altogether as we see a fight break out top. And at this point, he's got 34 stolen in. You know, he's chunking. He bumps into the Shaker here, but Shaker cannot fight him whatsoever as the Shaker has to completely disengage. Unfortunately, he's going to get chased a bit by a Brood, but completely zones out Shaker from the fight and eventually picks up a kill onto the Brood as well. Next up, he's going to buy the Treads into 4-staff. After that, getting the Pupil's Gift. Pupil's Gift is basically the best item you can get on Silencer. It's 15 int, which is 2 armor and attack speed, great for the hero. And then on top of that, it's also 300 HP, just such a great item. 15 attack speed and 300 HP is fantastic. As he gets gone on by Brood here, but look at the damage, right? Because you have to keep in mind, the Arcane Curse damage also gets amped by your E. It also gets amped by Global, and of course all of this gets amped by the Veil as well. So this Brood goes on him, but with a couple autos and a nuke, Brood is all of a sudden just half HP and dies to 2 supports. That's never a good feeling when the supports actually kill a core. But yeah, that's what happens when Silencer's on the field. And now with the Hurricane Pike, your hero is an absolute menace to society. The attack range, 2300 HP with the help of the People's Gift. I mean, he is a complete wall. Keep in mind, he still actually took the Arcane Curse damage, and then at level 15, you're going to take Global Silence cooldown. It just brings it down to a really nice cooldown of 75 at max, which is fantastic. And this upcoming clip here is actually gross, like straight up gross. So fight breaks out right by the pit, and he sees that the Brood is in the area. With the Veil, because the Veil amps the glaives damage, guys, keep that in mind. Veil works on pure damage spells. People don't know that. It does. It works on pure damage, so it works on glaives. He chases the Brood, which there's like no way he wins this matchup, right? No, apparently he just solo kills the offlane Brood, which, that's a thing. From there, it gets a decent Arcane Curse onto the Shaker to try to chase him down, pops the E, solo kills the Shaker as well. My man's got 100 stolen int, and that's alright. He doesn't even have the Shard yet, which would have given him way more int. So yeah, I mean, this hero when it snowballs is absolutely ridiculous, and you can see that as he takes out 2 heroes from full HP as the position 4. And from there, they take Roche. I love the fact that you're a support that can just Roche. I don't know. It's so cool as he finds the Shard from the pit. Really, really nice. Now he also gets, 5 int per hit and 4 bonus int on every single go. But yeah, Even in this clip here, you can see he gets a pike onto the Primal Beast, gets him away. Unfortunately, he's going to get chased a bit. Tries to globally defensive, which is not bad. Good attempt, as actually it works. Oh, it completely works. He's not going to die. Oh my gosh. He's hitting for 300 in certain areas when he's affected by the right auras. Oh my, he's currently hitting for 250 with little around him, 212. And he's actually lost all of his int at this point, which is insane. Like, this hero, when it scales, it is crazy how good it is. And apparently when you get really rich, you hit level 20, you take Arcane Curses Undispellable. Really cool talent, by the way. Definitely the better talent. Even with the right-click build, the Glaives of Wisdom damage is underwhelming as hell. So it's way better to take Arcane Curse Undispellable. Such a great talent. Obviously, goes through BKB, works against Yules, Lotus, the most common silencer counters, completely counters all of that. So it's really great, especially against heroes like Bristle and Timber, who will specifically buy items to counter Arcane Curse. If you can just ignore that at level 20, you just destroy them. But yeah, apparently he has a BKB, which is interesting, as he just like 7 shots the Wraith King as a support. Did like, what was that damage? What was that damage on Primal Beast? Actually, what was that damage? Unfortunately, we're invisible here, but what is this? Look at this. Oh! Alright, oh, it was Enchanted Quiver. I was like, what? No way he hits that hard. Enchanted Quiver is an interesting item on this hero. Your first auto every, what is it, 4 seconds? Is gonna chunk. Absolutely chunk, as he's just building in from a long range. Pretty cool thing you can do. The Enchanted Quiver plus the Shard, you can just kind of steal 5 in from a really safe location off cooldown as he chunks down the Primal Beast as well. And this game is an absolute wrap. But nonetheless, hopefully you guys are inspired to play this. I'm even considering playing it offlane a little bit. I think it has a lot of potential after the buffs, making it just quite a bit of a better hero. But thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one, and I'm out. Peace.
And that's all. But remember, before you leave, before you tune out, subscribe to the Game Leap website, where we are going to help you get to the next rank. If you're stuck, click the link down below, and I'm out. Peace.